help you weed through the mess because I know what the mess does.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can just make it even better and then more versatile after this.
Mm-hmm. All right, there we go.
All right, so if we want to do a,
So this is
how
what
do you
Claude
start
says.
from scratch?
Mm-hmm. So it actually so you have input mode, so you can do Xbox, Nintendo Switch, or keyboard.
Yeah.
The input modes. And then we have the radial input dial, which is the center buttons, and then the 8 sectors, which, I mean, realistically, we can make that any number of sectors.
Could it make it based on this?
I mean, I would take the features out and make a plan for each of these items and then kind of slowly put it together. But I wouldn't just say, take this app and make a new one, because I want to understand. Like, I don't just want to auto generate it.
Yeah.
But the thing I'm worried about the most is the remote and networking stuff and getting that to work. I mean, networking classes themselves are separate. But like this remote stuff.
And then all it is taking in a string and doing stuff with it.
Right.
If you look up the check position function. You should be in where are you? In active? File area. There you go.
And these are all broken. Changed it, so the string is just the position.
All right, so can you put it back to the version I had, and we start from there?
Yeah.
I just pushed to the master like 5 minutes ago.
This might take a while. That's weird.
Oh, is it not pulling?
No, I switched. I did this all on my own branch. Hang on.
What's the issue? It's not switching branches?
I'm just going to repull it. Yeah. It'll take me way faster just to repull it than to. Where's that?
This is exactly why I need your help. Because I have the ideas, I have the logic in my head.
Mm-hmm.
But you have the education to back it up.
Back to your home. Okay, so
Active.
Why is this a CS
So
file?
just so you notice that active is your
Active is the controller, and then
overlay. Config
config
is
is
the
the
settings here.
yeah. So what was the function called again?
Check position.
What mouse position?
No, check position.
Oh, check position.
I know my naming conventions terrible too.
Okay.
Well, all it is, if you scroll down, it's getting that. So there's an X, there's a Y, and there's an action.
Okay.
So other than that, like it's just making connection and grabbing a string.
Right.
And then using that string to move the cursor.
So
But I wouldn't even worry about that. Let's at least get the basic structure.
okay.
And what you need to do is I look up what's it called? One second, I look on my end. Okay, I'll paste it here one second. Because this is what you can put into I'll message you on display. If you put this, okay, it saves as a TXT. Okay.
What am I doing with it?
All right, so that's the HTML and CSS for the
For
dial. And then it is paired with,
why can't I open this?
give me a second, I'll find it. Because I've already separated out the entire dial
Right.
onto another thing. So one second.
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't use this HTML. I would use your SVGs that you have. But if we're doing just .NET MAUI,
Well,
I wouldn't do
no,
like
you can put that in and say, remake this for me.
right. Yeah.
This logic for me.
Which I mean, I got pretty close because realistically, it's just an item wheel. Like that's what I started in the Godot project. I just searched item wheel and made it look similar because it's basically what it is. Um,
One second. Initialize prompt overlay. Look that up. Initialize. Prompt overlay. So it's those 5 functions
and this is what
that the
builds.
AI could use. That's what builds the labeling and the SVG and the highlighting.
It builds it using JavaScript or yeah.
So you could give that to AI and tell it make this in C# or whatever you're going to use.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I might just pull out the one in Godot that I made because that's in pure C#. It's not using.
Here, this is all the right labeling, all the right angles.
Mm-hmm. I just need
I would just use this and see what happens.
what are there any SVGs used with the dial?
The SVG is in the HTML and CSS I sent you.
Oh, like it's defined manually.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Because in Godot, I literally was drawing it like in space.
All right. So how would we take the SVG and use it for a new version?
I would just give. I don't know because you want to interact with it. Because I was just thinking like you want it to be customizable, right? So you don't want to like fix it to have a permanent 8 number. Like you don't want 8 set like the one in Godot I made had you could do 3 sectors, you could do 10 sectors, you could do.
Oh, let's just remake it with the 8, and then we can change it after.
Okay.
So I guess we would create a brand new repository.
Uh,
I want to be XAML, or like, how is the UI in that XAML?
I'll show you.
Yeah, like show me how that you would create it from scratch.
Shit, I deleted
I don't
those.
know what should we call it.
I mean, the repo, it doesn't really matter. Just like Overjoyed 2.0, I guess.
Yeah, I would say, is this 3.0 almost?
Okay. Yeah.
Just call it Overjoyed version 3.
Yeah, if you can just make the repo and then I'll clone it and just add shit to it. Or I can just make it. You want me to make it?
And you can make it and share it with me later.
Okay. Am I allowed to put numbers in here like this? I don't know how I was gonna like that number.
I'm just saying use the word version. And then just 3. There you go.
Actually, what am I doing? This is dumb.
And quite honestly, you're going to teach me a lot of stuff too that'll help me too. Just the right way of going about these things. Okay, so if you could do the HTML and CSS, and then all that JavaScript, it's all the interaction we need. If you can recreate that in Maui the right way, that should be fine.
This should just start. Oh, it's so slow.
Why is it so slow? It's a brand new, empty.
Visual Studio is just slow. Start. Why is this not? Say.
It's trying.
I don't know if it's my computer or if it's just. Where is it running?
It's because we have the other.
No.
Or you closed that, I think.
Is this includes the demo, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, there's.
There you go.
Yeah, see, basic app, and then you can just click it,
It seems like XAML is basically
and then
CSS.
XAML is just.
It's basically HTML and CSS, but C#.
It's XML. It's like basically a smart version of XML. Which
Yeah,
is just,
so it's like HTML. It's like the structure and the
right,
styles.
right. But I think you can make separate style pages. I don't know. I would need to learn more about Maui. Why? That's so slow. Just make a doc file with all like the stuff in it.
I'm creating a text file for it. Yeah, I'll send it to you. That's all it needs to know the
I know. I'm not.
layout
I'm just.
and
I'm just starting like to outline the project in general. I'm not going to start with like. I won't do the UI for the dial until I get like the mouse to work with a button. Because basically, if I can just get because the dials are just buttons basically. So I'm going to start with virtualizing mouse input first, and then we'll worry about the dial later.
So you want the keyboard, you want to create the input first. Okay.
Right, yeah, like the keyboard and mouse, and figure out how, because the big issue I had in the Godot version was the difference between hovering over it and clicking it, and maybe you want to click and hold it, like just the different modes of interacting with each button.
Yeah. At first, we just need to make the button do the things we want it to do. Okay. Well, this is what I use for keyboard. That's for keyboard. It's just a wrapper for the Input Simulator library. So I think let's just start with getting keyboard keys first. And then we can add the gamepad later once we get that working. Do you agree? Like start with just keyboard and interaction. And then you can add other things that happen later on. Oh, you're muted, by the way. Did you mean to mute yourself?
No, I did not. How did that get me?
Oh, okay. I was like, you're
I clicked
trying to
on-
talk to me. I can't hear him. Because this is the only one I gotta browse, not you have it installed.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's the only one we found that all games liked. Because some of them games do not listen to it. Like we couldn't get Trackmania to listen to our old library. Yeah, this library is pretty easy to use.
I think. Because there's a difference between the button class, which is just a normal button that's built in, and the quadrant. Because the quadrant dial, you have to track where the mouse is. Like you have to do the math.
Yeah.
So it's almost like
It's
it would be a general like control.
I don't know what I called it. It's a vector. It's called. Or it's a distance away from something.
I mean, yeah, a vector could be that. Just want to make a generic control class.
Well, first thing we need to just click button, press keyboard key. Not vector, magnitude.
The size of a vector,
yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I want to lay this out. The library is pretty easy, like to pretty simple. You just call a function and it simulates the input.
Yeah.
You know what? Yep. I'm so used to. Now, where's the add button? Yeah. It's not writer. I'm not JetBrains writer. I want to make it. Like this.
And I imagine this you would have control dot keyboard, control dot gamepad, and control dot switch. And then you call this class whenever you want to press the button. Is that what you mean?
I was more thinking like a general not a control, but like whether you have a grid of buttons or a dial.
Yeah.
Because the button already has the behavior in it, like the whole hovering and clicking. Like that's already built into a normal button, but we need like, we don't need just buttons. We need like a dial, or maybe you make a controller in a different shape. That's
So
not.
it's a layout. That's what we call them. We call them control layouts.
But I'm more thinking of the individual, because every control, regardless, will have some form of button on it, and that's what I'm trying to like create a generic button class, I guess.
Okay.
But I'm just thinking how I want to do it.
Well, you need a button that presses it. You need a button that holds it. Maybe hold or press.
Just wondering. Because you want it to have like a mapping. Let me look at what the button looks like. I don't care about any of this. Difference between that.
Yeah, those are what I meant.
I figure out what the difference between an event and a delegate is. Because I was going to use a delegate, but
An event and a what?
so you can have. I was thinking like, oh, you make a delegate because, and then the delegate you bind a function to tell the button what to do. In this case, the delegate would be one of these.
Okay.
And the button for the built-in button for Maui uses events. So I'm just wondering what the difference is. Like, is one better? Oh my god, that SDN is terrible.
Oh, is this cloud code? Okay.
Yeah. It's so slow. Class offensive. Two important restrictions. Oh. Hmm. Well, unclick, I'll just fire the event. I'll make this abstract. Trying to see if we can just change the shape of the button. Like, can any shape be a button?
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Button uses a
I
button.
think that solves a lot of our issues.
No, you can't. Recommended inherit from control, not button. Control. Oh, they already have that. delete this because that's stupid. Because I was thinking, I was like, there's no way they don't have like a base class that takes in the mouse input.
Oh, and right now I use button underscore click.
For
It has those events in my program.
for what, the quadrants? You mean?
For buttons, you can say,
Yeah, regular buttons. Yeah, I'm talking about the quadrants of the dial, right?
well, if we could make it any shape, then we don't really have to worry about that.
Well, we need to a quadrant of the dial. We have to define. You have to somehow define the area. Using this. So we somehow. Basically, the dial controller will be a collection of dial quadrants. And then
Okay.
we just need to figure out how to define where, like, it can do the hover and stuff, but we need to figure out where the mouse is. I don't know how. Oh my god, that's a lot.
Oh, you want to know where it's hovering? Is that what you want to find out?
Yeah, but this is. Okay, index.
Hey, right now I can just use cursor definition.
Why is this complicated? Because I'm in the wrong project. Again, I'm going to copy the. I'll copy the grid.
Oh, what's happening with it?
Let's just copy.
I have no idea what happened.
Well, I right-clicked it. I just don't know if it. Just want to save this. Okay. This. All right, reset it. Oh my god.
Like, this is how I do it.
Why are you mad at me?
Yeah.
Know what the timer is? Not available.
So does it let you do any shape?
No, you gotta program your own shape. Just trying to read what it's suggesting.
I wonder if another library has that.
Just gotta think of like, so we can define the area. It is easier to know because you get like direct control over drawing. So I'm wondering if we can just.
We started with drawing it every time, but then it got
It gets slow, yeah.
very slow.
What you don't say.
So it's saying region in the graphics path.
It's saying that you can draw it, but
And it's probably less taxing on the system. You can do SVGs. You can use svg.net, and then you can control everything from that.
No, I just don't think we're gonna use SVGs. Because it's like if you want, say you have the program running and you want to define a layout, and it has a dial in it, and you want a dial with, I don't know, 10 quadrants. You can't just like you have to have a predefined SVG for that, which you don't really want. And I don't think it redraws it.
Would it be nice if you could just say, I want these shapes in this orientation.
Yeah, that would be nice, but just trying to figure out.
Well, that's why I like HTML and CSS, because you can do that easily.
I mean, you can do it easily here. I just don't want to manually go through.
Are we doing WPF?
Doing what?
WPF. It's the WPF form we're making. Or is it a WinForms?
It's Maui. It's different. It's not WinForms or WPF.
Or it's XAML.
Yeah, it's XAML, but I don't want to like. So I can go through and define the dial in XAML, sure, with like rectangles and stuff. But I want to do it programmably, so I can just enter the number of quadrants I want, and it comes up with a dial.
Well, XAML is WPF.
Yeah, WPF uses XAML too. Yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, it's the same thing, basically. Doesn't WinForms use it too? Never used just WinForms before. Post event arcs. Why is this IntelliSense so broken? And I was using JetBrains Writer, which is a different IDE,
Okay.
with like a web project I was using in .NET, and it had the same redlining issue. It's like it can't, because these pages use a Razor format, or it's like a
Okay.
unless you put C# in HTML, it just wouldn't recognize it, running into the same issues. Figure out what this does. What in the hell? Yeah. What on earth is this thing doing?
What are our music?
The formatting is like all messed up.
Yeah, it's got all red. It's all
Yeah,
underlined.
and it's like I don't know. Oh, let's see what it generates. It's just displaying that. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, grammar is ambiguous. It should be including that. No, it wrote it okay. Do this. I hate like cover all. Yeah, we're never gonna need that. Still don't understand how it's defining the area at which. Wait, that's a built-in function? Why is this not highlighting? I don't understand. Yeah, it's right here. Oh no shit, it is a built-in function. Yeah. Well, that's useful. All right, I'm gonna have to hop off soon, but I'll continue working on this later. And once
What do
we
you think are first? What's the big thing you're trying to figure out first?
defining the dial first.
Without you having to customly do it.
Right, so I can go into here and I can just do like just do dial controller and then pass in and then just do like this. And I don't know how we would do, because I would want each layout to have a single binding file, but depending on what's in the layout, like the binding is different, because if you have like a dial controller, it needs to know like there's a different number of bindings and like where they go. It doesn't really matter, but just like a file describing what the binding is for the, whether that's virtualized mouse or keyboard input. But I just want to make it as easy as you literally just put in the dial controller control like that. So getting that to work is my first priority.
Because we can really, like, this is really easy in CSS to do.
Right, but I mean in CSS it's predefined, so.
True.
I want to make it as customizable as possible.
But I also need to make an AI that makes shapes.
Right.
And then the user can say, I want this shape, and I want this many quadrants. Or I wish the user could just drag and drop and make their own.
I mean, for the, we can predefine like widgets of the interface, but I mean, defining a custom widget, no, that'd probably be hard to do. But I don't know, what dial controller, and then you have like a grid of buttons. I mean, what other form? I'm trying to think of other formats of buttons. anyone would
So
read.
your goal is at least the dial shape with any number of
Yeah,
buttons.
get the dial shape working where it can read from a binding file. Like figure out how to do bindings with the virtualized input from the Greg stack thing.
Okay.
And then once you get the keyboard working, then get mouse to work. Because I mean, really, it's just calling functions, but basically get it to virtualize all types of input on the dial, and then
I wouldn't do mouse because you're using the mouse, so you can't
no,
do
like mouse,
mouse.
no, like mouse buttons.
Alright.
Because I was thinking like there's some mice with extra buttons on there. Maybe you want to use a scroll wheel, but you only want to hover over it. You can't use the scroll wheel. Like you could have like a scroll down quadrant, and instead of using the scroll wheel, you just hover your mouse over it.